Hey everybody, it is ElCid932 on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us. We are here again. We have a very special guest, absolutely special guest here with us from one of the shows that we recapped here on this channel for several weeks. We have EJ Phillip from Match Me Abroad. Thank you so much, EJ. How are you this morning for
Hello.
you?
Yes, hi guys. Glad to see you guys. Yeah, it's morning for me in Singapore here right now. It's 8 a.m. in the morning, guys. So yeah.
It's a whole you're a whole half a day ahead of us. It is 8 p.m. here, and folks will be coming in. They will be coming in, and the chat will just be there. But we have some questions here. I usually interview and I start off with a few icebreakers. So I hope you're ready.
Okay. Yeah, sounds interesting. Yes, nice. Why not? Let's go.
So because you're into fitness, this will be a lot of fitness related questions. Okay. Um,
Okay.
Running or bike riding, which do you prefer?
Definitely bike riding for me. I hate running. I used to do that so much. It's crazy. Now I prefer doing bike riding so much more better.
Okay, okay, glad to know. So for stars, since you are into fitness, Arnold Schwarzenegger or Ronnie Coleman?
Wow, wow. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. You have a legend against another legend. Oh my god. Okay. Definitely have to say Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay, I
Yeah.
mean, hey, you
Because
can't go, you can't go wrong. You picked a legend.
because I think he's smart in the way how he used bodybuilding to help him to advance into his career. He's really a proper business person with a very far outlook. I think that's what makes Arnie so successful.
Yes, he is, and he went on to government office and all of that stuff. So he
And
definitely
I think that's
transcended.
the biggest accolade that he has. So really impressive.
Definitely. So, shadow boxing versus jujitsu.
Oh, definitely shadow boxing. Definitely shadow boxing.
And those of you who watch the show, you'll understand why I chose shadow boxing. If you had another profession, any profession at all that you would like to try, which one and why?
um, Definitely it would be. I would try to be a chef
Oh,
because I love food. Yes, yes.
interesting.
I love cooking. I love food. So these are kind of my thing. I love eating. I love the taste. I love making up creation. So I would definitely try to be a chef.
Oh, wow. That is interesting. I would never have thought that, but I guess it goes well nutrition with the fitness.
Yep.
So tell us, EJ, we have seen you from episode 8 till the finale of Match Me Abroad. Tell us about you and like who you are. Were you born and raised in Singapore? What can you share with us?
So basically, I am born and bred in Singapore. My family is also in Singapore, both born in Singapore, mom and dad. But my grandfather and grandparents are born overseas. So basically, like Singapore, a very young country and full of like migrants coming over to set up settlement. So yeah, I mean that's basically who I am. I'm of Portuguese and Indian descent, right?
Okay.
So yeah, so and I think well age wise you guys already know I am 44 coming 45. Yeah. So earlier on in my life, I mean growing up being in Singapore, what we did was we had to go through national service, which is basically serve the army. Every Singaporean man had to serve the army.
Wow.
And did that for 2 years. Then after that stopped that, kind of like worked in F&B for a bit. So I worked in F&B, did my studies, blah, blah, blah. And then left Singapore for a while, went to New Zealand, came back, started going back into F&B again, right? Going
Mhm.
back into F&B. Then after that, I end up being in property for a bit. I did property for a while, did real
Oh,
estate. And then after that, I made a bit of money. Then I opened up my first bar. So I opened up a restaurant and bar. Yeah.
okay.
And during the restaurant and bar phase, it was a very bad lifestyle. Why? Because kind of like the eating, the drinking, the partying, being at at 30 years old, doing all of this is crazy because, being a bar owner, having access to all the parties, the events, and all that, it really gets to you. So then after that, I became unfit. I became really unfit, had health care,
Oh.
and thought to myself, hey, I need to do something about myself. So then I sold off my bar and kind of went into fitness. There was an opportunity in a commercial gym to be a trainer. So I kind of like left that, left the bar, pulled the bar off, went and be a trainer. And from there, I realized that, hey, actually, there are many, many other people just like me who actually
Mhm.
needs help, but they're
Mhm.
just stuck because they're doing their job and they're in that cycle. So I thought, say, hey, maybe I could help them. So what I did was I opened up my gym, Alpha Beat Fitness, and started training people because I realized I could change myself. I could like reverse I was like overweight. I reversed my weight loss, and then I managed to be able to help some people. And I realized, hey, why not? Right? So opened up my gym, and now it's coming to be about almost 5 years. It's
Wow.
almost 5 6 years. I mean, have my gym already. So I've been
Wow.
training a lot. So I train most of the celebrities in Singapore. So all the celebrities that need to be prepared for photo shoot, things to be prepared for like interviews, I prepare them. Yeah.
So
So
you are the artist behind the physique.
yeah, I mean it was by chance because I kind of like love. So I slowly also kind of love bodybuilding for some reason. So kind of like I went into it, and because I was in bodybuilding, I managed to understand um the nuances of kind of like training and getting to the physique that you want. So I applied that on my clients, and yeah, so far it's great.
Awesome. Well, as you said, your health is exactly why you decided to go into fitness, and you've been there for the past 5 years, and it's been wildly successful, as you said, with celebrity clients. Now, you know, part of the show, one of the things you said was expanding that. How is your expansion of your business going? Are
So
you
yeah,
are you
the 2 year plan is definitely still there. It's definitely still there. We're still working on the 2 year plan. With that, other things are already in play. So I
Mhm.
also am in the pre-launch of my book, right? So I'm in the pre-launch of my book. So I kind of I'm writing a book right now. It's scheduled to open in November. It's come out in
Okay.
November. It's basically all the tips and tricks a personal trainer won't tell you how to lose weight fast. Yeah,
Yes.
these are all the it's all the thick industries like from pills to fat diet to juice detox to fat burning cream, everything that the industry has been talking about, I will kind of shed light on it and give it as a personal training, as a coach's no hold barred version of it, and whether does it work or not, or in just some flaws. So the book is all about an exposure on the industry and how the fitness industry is manipulated and such.
Yes, I did see that you did go live, I believe it was on TikTok, stating
Yep,
exactly that. So, it's
correct.
always wonderful when we see all of these things that we could kind of know, as you said, if it's the medication or the cream, does this work? What is it supposed to do? And for someone like yourself that is in a business that would actually see and know whether it works or not, it's great that you have a book coming out that we could reference to if we don't have access to you like we do now. Um,
Like you
in
see, there's a lot of information on the internet. There's so much information on the internet. And when someone wants to go down a fitness routine, they want to start their fitness journey, they don't know where to start. So then you got
Exactly.
influencers who, just try to push their program. And then you got people who are trying to sell you snake oil, as I call it, things that
Yes.
doesn't work, but give you the item. And it's so sad because some people really actually need the help. And they
Yes.
just really want to take a start. And being disappointed after going through the whole routine puts back, like taking one step forward and two steps back. So I
Right.
feel for people like that because I was actually once in their shoe. I had to lose weight and I didn't know what to do. I saw the internet and look at all the various ways and I realized how some of them is just trying to sell a program or sell their diet or just sell something.
Right.
And that's so sad for someone who really want to take charge of their life.
Exactly,
So yeah,
as you said, take charge of their health and take charge of their physical fitness, as you said.
yep.
In going to, the show Match Me Abroad, could you tell us when was the show filmed at all?
So this shoot was actually filmed last year. So it was
Okay.
filmed in 2024.
Okay, 2024. So it's been, as you said, a whole year. Now, we
Correct.
saw on the show just a snippet. What were your first impressions of Sarah?
So and it was really captured on camera. But my impression of Zara was, I did say she looked a little bit bimboish. Like, I mean, the whole
Gotcha.
outlook, right? I mean, um, she, she chooses to look like that. I think that's kind of like the generalization. People kind of look
Right.
at her, go down that line. And I was also one of them.
Understood, and that's why I said it's a snippet right here on this channel. I always tell my listeners that we only see a little bit, we only see a snippet of, your full response. So I wanted to give you an opportunity to kind of like stay, was that, the entire response? Did they capture it correctly? But, that is not different than anything different than what the matchmaker we saw told Sarah to, be mindful of. Now, what was your impression when you heard that her mom was there too?
Actually, I was quite surprised because nobody brings their mom on a dating reality TV show or even to a date, right? But then I understand she's very close to her mom.
Right.
So yeah, I believe she wants her mom on this journey with her. So because I myself am very close with my mom. And
Uh-huh.
I mean, I would definitely invite my mom on the show. Definitely. So I understand where she's coming from when she invited her mom. If she were to fall in love with the person, I think she also wants her mom to know and give the green light, right? So I
Right.
totally respect that. It's not unheard of in Asian culture where you get to meet the person and then they bring you to meet the mom. Right? It's not unheard of or mom and dad, but in Singapore it's not unheard of. But I think this is a because it's a show we have limited time, so this the process was actually really rushed through and faster. So yeah, so it's
Right.
it's, it's something new.
As you say, that's what I was getting at. If it was something you were used to in Asian culture, the parent actually being there. I know mom wasn't a chaperone, but just being there, for the experience. Because we did see you guys go out on one date, the three of you. On
You
going on that, how many dates did you go on Sarah? I think we saw three or four. I
yeah.
think we saw
So
four dates.
yeah, four dates. So we had 4 dates together, and then we had a private date by just me and Sarah, just
Okay.
going out. Yes, that was
That's
really really nice. Yes.
that's nice to know. Well, I was that the comedy that we saw
Correct.
the photos of?
Yes. So I brought her out. So that night we went out. So I brought her out to a stand-up comedy show. Then I brought her out for some drinks and to dance. Because I do Latin dancing. So it's bachata.
Awesome.
So yeah, so I thought,
Awesome.
I thought like these are things that revolve around my life because I train a lot of clients who are stand-up comedians, the celebrities who are stand-up comedians. And by luck, one of them was having a show in town that night. So I was like, "Hey, why not, right?" So I brought her down and she got to meet the guys that I kind of trained with. And then after that, I brought her dancing, which is kind of something that I like too. So, just kind of let her see in my element of what I do. I think
Yes.
that's part of a date, right? Like when you go out, you wanna let the person see what you are up to, and then then you can vibe together.
Well, as you say that, you stayed in town to date Sarah. You gave up the opportunity to attend a competition. Could you tell us like what that competition was, and did you go to that competition this year? I guess the following year?
So basically, it's a competition by the Association of Bodybuilding Singapore. It's kind of like the guys that select people who go for the SEA Games and the Olympic bodybuilding, right?
Oh,
They kind of
nice.
select the guys. Yeah, so it's kind of a big thing. They have two competitions every year. So last year I had to miss that one because at the end of the day, the timing of I was already kind of like in the middle of my prep, right?
Mhm, mhm.
And as I did say, I kind of like didn't want to go for the casting call because I was before I was when I was selected, I was kind of like seeing somebody. So I had to
Okay,
like kind of like put it on pause and told the director, the producer I couldn't do it. But then again, when coming closer to the date of the casting, I kind of like broken up with my partner. So I was
okay,
like, hey, you know what? Why not just take the opportunity? So I took the opportunity. So I went for the show, and I was like, okay, I could do this. I could do the prep because I was like still in prep mode.
right.
It took me like about 30 days to really cut down fat, right? Because I've done it so many times. So we were like in the middle of that. And then I realized that, hey, you know, if I had to go for the competition, means that I had to lose out all the other dates with Sarah. So technically, I couldn't go on that 4 days. I could only go
Right.
on one. So
Wow.
for me, I mean, I was in the show. I was invested in kind of like looking at how this would turn out. Like I was really hoping that, hey, you know what? Let me give it my 100%. Let me be genuine in wanting to get to know Sarah and like
Mhm.
seeing it through. So I said, hey, why not put the competition on hold? Because there's another competition next year. Most
Yes.
come to most, I have more time to prep. I'll be more ready. I'll be more in a better state of mind. I don't want to go for the competition halfway through and only realize what if, you know? What if
Right.
I had stayed? What if, right? So I
Right.
said, hey, you know, yeah. So I already paid for my tickets. Everything was already sorted. And so I
Wow.
canceled that. Yeah, I canceled that and stayed for the show.
Awesome. Well, that is great that you took the opportunity to stay because, hey, you could have found, your love. You could have found your partner in life. So there
Yeah.
are those sacrifices that we do have to make for, potential gain. So you said you did go to the competition this year. Did you
Yep.
did you place well? You had all this prep time. Did you
So
place well?
so this year again, I took 1 month to go and kind of cut. So I was in a process of like bulking, going a
Mhm.
little bit. And then after that, I kind of like got the call to say, hey, let's go, man, let's go. And I'm like, oh my God, I was in the wrong process. I took 1 month to cut. I went there. I didn't. So the competition is really stiff. People prepare for like maybe 1 year of really prep
Wow.
because you have all the national. These are all national athletes, yeah. The
Wow.
countries select the national athlete go down and represent. So it was a first time experience. Everybody is really good. Like I mean, really, really good. And these are all national athletes. And I get there, and I mean, I didn't place bad. I did that piece really well. I just
Okay.
needed more time, like really to put in effort. And I realized it's no joke because people really when you're a national athlete, the condition, the sacrifices are 300. Yeah. And for
Oh,
me,
yes.
bodybuilding is a passion. Like I'm passionate about it, but I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm a fitness coach. I teach
Oh,
people about balance, right? So for me, bodybuilding is a passion, but to go there and look at how passionate people are about bodybuilding, and then that gave me a whole reset of the mind on
right.
the sport. It made me love the sport more. Tell me, okay, if I really want to go, this is the sacrifices I might get ready to do. But
So,
it's quite difficult because I'm running a business. You still
right.
have a lifestyle. It's not really
Right. I have a cousin that she was a bodybuilder. I mean, for years. So I do know the dedication you're talking about. I do know the diet plan. You have to take a long time to go through the hydration of it all. I do understand that part of the bodybuilding profession. Are you going to try and go back next year, or are you
yeah.
focused on the gym?
So now currently my priority now is I have a boxing competition coming up in
Wow.
Singapore, one of the biggest boxing competitions in Singapore. So I'm in prep right now for the boxing competition. Then next year when I finish the boxing competition because it's in November, I have like another 2 months. Then after that I'll try to do one or two more competitions. Then I'll kind of like relax for a little bit.
Okay.
A
Well,
bit. Yeah,
I thought it was only the bodybuilding, but now we learned that you are doing the boxing as well. So, are
yes,
there any other
correct.
competitions you're a part of, or just those two?
Yeah, I mean, basically, this is just the two that I'm more passionate about right now. So yes,
Okay. Well, walk us through the whole like we know the um final moment you had with Sarah. We talked about your dates with her. We talked about you taking the time to get to know Sarah. And to walk us through, because for me, in recapping it, I have to say, EJ, that final moment in the airport moved me. It did. When you said, I don't know how to do this, and you really didn't know what to say. But when she walked away, you said you were already missing her and wanted five, if you could have 5 more minutes. Walk us through your thought process, in that moment.
Um, okay, so when we reached the airport, right? It was really bittersweet. Like you spend all this time with this person, getting to know them, like genuinely trying to get to know them. You spend time with them, and then you realize that at the airport, you realize that everything comes to an end today. Like
Yes.
it ends today, and that hits you. Yeah, I mean, whether whether you see a future or you don't see a future with the person, you spend time, and that hit me, right? Like that hit me that hey, I am not going to see Sarah again. So I did feel really really sad, and I felt okay. You know, it's normal human emotion, right? Normal
Yes.
human emotion, and it's quite difficult also because when you're going through the emotion, then you have to kind of like give an answer of what is the next step.
Yes.
And for me, I wasn't in the correct mind frame to say, oh, you know, there's so many variables to think about then and there. And we're talking about it as she's leaving. So for me, I really didn't know how to say that goodbye. That goodbye was kind of like probably very difficult because I was overwhelmed with emotions. Like, you know, I'm not gonna see her anymore. It's the end. And I have to think about how am I gonna get forward and move potentially the relationship forward. And it's so difficult because again, I'm in conflict with myself because I have never done a long distance relationship before. So I was just overwhelmed with so much things and she was leaving and I was like, yeah, I was in my own emotions at that point of time. So I wish I had longer time so that we can sit down and process it, right? And then like
Right.
talk to her and like, you know, sometimes when you are lost, you need to lean into someone so that they can also, you know, kind of like guide you. And I didn't have that before. It was just, okay, I'll see you. Goodbye. So abrupt. And I wish that I
Yes.
had that time so that we could like, you know, keep out the goodbyes, like stretch it out a little bit.
I understand, as you said, it was difficult. It kind of translated as difficult. Sarah looked like she was looking for answers, but you were very honest in that overwhelming moment, letting her know, I don't have an answer, and you certainly told the camera that, you know, um, sometimes, people come into your life, but it's not the right time. Sometimes it isn't, the right moment or lifetime for that person to be in your life. So we saw we saw the, no, I don't want to say conflicting emotions, but we saw Sarah wanting an answer and wanting hope, and we saw you wanting to give it to her, but you're like, I really can't right now. That's what we saw.
Yeah.
So thank you for saying that what we saw is exactly what you meant for us, to see. Now, was that the final time you spoke to Sarah
Um,
at the airport?
so we did speak a little bit after when she got back to Texas. We did speak a little bit, but the time difference is so difficult. And we kind of realized that you know it's kind of difficult to get this to materialize, right?
Right.
And I believe for her and for myself, we both need our partner to be physically present beside us, and we realized that it was not going to work. So we kind of like see talking for a little bit mutual.
Understood. Long distance is challenging. And if you
Yeah,
know that, what I like with both of you is that you were so honest with what you guys wanted from each other. You all were so honest with what you wanted in a relationship. And it was a matter of either navigating it, together, or understanding it's time to let go. But let's talk about you. Have you found love? Are you still dating?
Yeah.
What's going on in
Um,
your life?
so shortly after the show, kind of like went back into training, went back for all stuff, and so now recently I met somebody, and yes, and yeah, I mean that's the reason, right? Like it's called falling in love for a reason, and I believe you don't look for what you want, you always get what you need. So it always
Right.
comes in a good time and place where I think this time I needed this person to come into my life, and she did, and it's great. I mean, you want someone to always elevate you in love, right? In life, you will want your partner to be your better half. You want your partner to be able to fill in the blanks where you don't, and she fills the blanks exactly. So I'm blessed to have met
Awesome. Awesome. That is wonderful, wonderful to hear. And going back to the show, we know that Sarah, as with all the daters, they dated multiple people. Did you ever meet the other people that she dated?
Um, so we were on an interview together, the two other
Okay.
gentlemen. So we get to meet them, and yeah, it was great. We had a good fun interview.
Awesome. I'll have to go look for that. I'll have to
Yes,
go look for that and show it to everyone. But
yeah, I'll send you the link.
yeah, the chat did have a question of since you have a young lady, they wanted to know if, what was your type of lady you were looking for in your life, but I guess you have found what you were looking for.
Yep. I mean, again, for me, I think it's really the vibe. At the end of the day, you must really fall in love with someone's character, personality. Yeah. I think that lasts so much more longer than just going for physical attraction. I mean, physical attraction lasts as long as everybody age. But I mean, hitting someone with like someone hits you with a good character, someone who can like really be there for you. You can laugh together. You can have great time together. I think that lasts a long time. So um, that character first, then secondary comes looks for me.
So I'm guessing your person is close by. We're not doing any long distance
Yeah,
relationship.
yeah. Yes, exactly. So she's in Singapore. She's not from Singapore, but she's in Singapore. And I
Okay.
met her. She's recently in Singapore for work. And yeah, so it's great.
Awesome. That is wonderful. Congratulations to you both. We always, love around here. That's why I cover a lot of the dating shows. We kind of talk about, things we could do better or things we can do, a little bit differently. But I have to say, EJ, what my viewers and myself, you and Sarah, but you more importantly, it was refreshing to see you. It was refreshing to see someone who was very open, who knew what they wanted, and even if it was different from their person, that they can certainly have a conversation and they can talk about it and work through things. That is what we certainly love to see because, we like Match Me Abroad. We love learning about different people, different cultures. I cover international dating shows because of that. But I have to say thank you very much because you were definitely a delight to see, and being so open with your emotions, it was wonderful to see. It was absolutely wonderful. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Is there anything you're working on right now that the chat or anyone watching this interview can certainly support? I know you said about the book. Did you want to speak more about your book?
Okay, so I think the big thing that we are trying to like I'm trying to launch right now is the book. So yeah, so I mean the book is something that is going to be a very interesting read because it will tell you everything and anything you want to know about the fitness industry in terms of weight loss. Yeah, all the secrets, the tips, the tricks, the how to get there in the shortest period of time, right? So I talk about all the things. I talk about even the hot drug like Ozempic, which is like crazy now. Everybody's trying to get there. Talk about everything. Talk about everything. And at the end of the book, I actually give the readers in the book a 30-day diet plan and a training program that if you follow, which I did myself, you will lose up to close to 10 pounds. So it's also a training program in there to help you to kind of like get started with your diet and training. So it's a very very interesting book. I put it with the reader in mind, someone who's just starting off training and has no clue on what to do. So it's really an idiot guide to how to lose weight fast.
It
So
sound
yeah,
like it sound like something myself and a few of us listening definitely can use. And for everyone to know, I was on EJ's live. I was paying attention to it. It covers different diets, vegetarian, and I guess vegan.
yep,
It covers all diets. So if you have a dietary restriction, but you still wish to lose weight or just change your diet, definitely. And definitely, certainly follow EJ. I will put his handles in the description. Um, put his Twitter and Instagram so you could certainly follow him. Was there any other projects or anything else you'd like to say to our listeners?
well, basically that's that it. The Bali project is still in the process. The Bali project is gonna be the bigger thing where that's really totally into wellness. So the Bali project is still part of my 2 year plan, which is still in the process. So yeah, so once it gets more secure, I'll definitely want to share more about it. So it's gonna be something very interesting. Yeah. So for me, the whole ideology of fitness is it has to be simple that people want to do. It's
Right.
we remove all the fluff. It goes straight down to the point of what can I do today to change my lifestyle? That's my whole theory. What can I do today? The easy stuff.
What can we do today and make it simple? We
Yep. Make it
appreciate
simple as
make
possible.
it simple.
Yep.
We definitely do. Well, it has been a pleasure, EJ, to speak to you about the show, about your life, and who you are. It has been a delight. You're certainly welcome to come back at any time. The
Thank you.
viewers
Thank you so much.
viewers in the
I had
comments had
fun.
a lot of positive stuff to say about you. So definitely I wish you all the best in your endeavors, your book, in your life, in love as well, since we caught you and were exposed to you by Match Me Abroad. But thank you so much, everyone. Thank you to all the
Thank
listeners.
you.
You're welcome, EJ. Thank you for being
My
here. you are
pleasure for me for the show. I'm so happy. I'm glad I managed to do it.
you are our first international guest, I will say that. So
Oh, wow.
definitely, definitely. I appreciate you. And y'all, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe. And please make sure that you follow EJ on his social media accounts, which will be in the description. Thank you so much. And I will see y'all on the next one.
All right. Bye.
Who's gone?